I believe this is the first ever Jonah to Jonah interview that's ever taken place. And did you know that I started my career in Buffalo, New York, and I happened to be working at the NBC station the year you got drafted?
Really?
Yes.
Small world.
So do you miss anything about Buffalo?
The food.
The pizzas?
Food. Pizza, wings.
Do you have any hot spots when you go back?
Duff's.
Okay.
Big Duff's guy. Lenova pizza is probably my favorite.
Yep.
And then
those barbecue wings might be better than they're hot.
And then a Jim's chicken finger sub I could probably eat every day of my life.
Stingers, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. I remember you got a chance to go back and play there, right? A major league game.
Yeah, obviously unfortunate circumstances with COVID and all that, but getting the chance to be there and play in a major league game was probably one of the more cooler experiences I've ever had in my baseball career, because growing up in Buffalo, it's always AAA, and you never even think about, hey, this could be a big league game and matter. So it was truly a great experience. I think half the stadium was there under my pass list, so it was a really cool experience.
That's sweet. Salem Field's pretty neat. When you were, I guess you were 18 when you got drafted. Do you miss anything about back home, or is it so far gone for you now, and such a 10 years of changing and moving, it kind of like home is really where you make it instead of where you're from?
Yeah, I mean, going through the minors, just waiting to get back home, and obviously it's home, it's comfortable, and it's where I grew up, and it's where my family is. But now we got a new home. I got 2 beautiful kids, and I got an amazing wife that we've made Texas our home. So we're here all year round, and we love it.
I'm about to be a dad in October for the first time.
Congratulations.
Can I get some tips and advice?
Sleep train, probably the best thing
like before the kid comes.
No, when he's born.
Oh, okay.
Give him a couple weeks, but sleep training was the best thing my wife ever did for us, and they sleep 12 hours a night, so it's probably the best thing we ever did.
And then all your hitting numbers went right up, right?
Exactly. It's amazing what sleep does for you.
Yeah, it's killer. I noticed you have a bunch of tattoos.
Yeah.
Did you get them all at once?
No. It's been in the making for the last probably 6-7 years.
What was the first one you got?
It was the cross and the angels for my grandfather, and then it just became a thing ever since then.
Do you have you get one a year? Is there a protocol for it?
No, it's kind of just whatever happens in life that I think is important. Like I got one for my son when he was born.
Is that the time, like the clock?
Yeah,
that's the time?
The exact time he was born.
Oh, cool.
And then I got the skyline of Vegas for when me and my wife got married and my son was born in Vegas. So
little mementos of life.
Yeah, just if I'm gonna put it on my body, it's gonna mean something. It's gonna be important to me. So that's where I get my inspiration from.
What's the one on your wrist?
It's
if you can hold it up higher a little bit, just so that we can get a light. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Alzheimer's, breast cancer, colon cancer, and autism. So unfortunately, I've experienced all those in my family, but just a little reminder that to just enjoy life and enjoy the day.
I do know that, I remember hearing the story about your mother-in-law with ALS, right? What are the other mementos? How do they connect to your family?
Just family members. I had a cousin born with autism. My grandfather died of colon cancer. I've had 2 or 3 family members affected by breast cancer, and my uncle died of Alzheimer's a couple years ago. So it's a lot of close relatives, and like I said, it's just something to remind me that life is precious and you gotta enjoy the day.
You spent 7 years bouncing around the minors for a while?
Yep.
A lot of people watching at home might not really understand what that experience is like. How do you kind of describe it to somebody who doesn't quite understand what that minor league grind really is?
Ooh, that's a good question. I would think it's a grind. We're on bus rides, 12, 13 hours, get to a city, play 3 games, get another bus, go another 12 hours. So obviously it's pro ball, and it's something we've worked for our entire lives, and we enjoy doing it. And but it's our job. Our job is to perform, to move it up to the next level, to ultimately get to the big league. So It's a grind. It's a lot of hard work, and it's fun. I mean, being around the guys each and every day, you build a lot of friendships and meet a lot of new people that way. But like I said, it's truly a grind, and it's our job. And obviously, I wouldn't change those 7 years for the world because it got me to where I am today. So.
How hard is that sometimes mentally, emotionally? I don't want to put words in your mouth, but were there times of self-doubt, fear? I don't know, like what was kind of that emotional process, and just what do you do to kind of move past it besides just keep playing and just keep swinging?
Yeah, absolutely. I know there was some times after my second trade over to Tampa, I got sent down a level after performing well, and I thought that it was probably the worst thing that ever happened to me, and my career was over. And obviously, they were just doing it just to give me some at-bats and some playing time, and just to help me with my development. So, obviously, especially being in the minor leagues, you go 0 for 5 and you think your career's over and you're going to get released. And for me, it was just looking towards that next day and just going out and having fun. Because when I got into this game, it was because I loved it, and it was just to have fun and to play baseball. So. After those doubts come into your mind, you just got to remember why you're doing it and what makes it special.
Your major league debut in front of thousands of fans here, was that bittersweet that you weren't able to maybe get that true fan experience for your debut?
Yeah, but I'm also happy that the nerves about playing in front of 40,000 people weren't there. I think I had enough on my plate trying to catch in the big leagues in front of a Hall of Fame manager. I think in my book he's going to be in the Hall of Fame, and he was a catcher, so a lot of pressure was on me to perform well. And obviously it was a true experience that I'll never forget.
It was COVID year, right?
COVID year. 2020.
COVID year for the A's, and of course, fortuitously, you played here. Yeah. What is it about this stadium that you just can't seem to get away from?
I don't think I want to get away from it. I think we got...
Well, I've seen the OPS numbers. I know how good home is to you.
Yeah, I think we got probably the best facilities in baseball here. They did a tremendous job building this place, and they gave us literally no excuses to complain about. So, I mean, this is probably one of the best baseball parks you'll find in America, and even the amenities we got in the clubhouse are A1. So I think when you get to show up to work here every day, it's not a bad thing.
I don't think Rangers fans really understood what they were getting when Elvis Andrus got traded to Oakland. And here we are, a couple years later, and you're an all-star. What do you kind of make of the journey of the last few years from arriving here? Because you still weren't really a proven player, and how do you kind of like quantify that in your head? Do you still feel like you're that minor leaguer that's just trying to prove himself every day?
No, I think I've been given a great opportunity here. They've been nothing but great to me, all the coaching staff, and they've given me nothing but great opportunities to come out and play and improve myself. So I can't thank them enough for giving me this opportunity, and obviously it's worked out, and had put up some good numbers in the first half last year, and obviously a little decline in the second half, and that was just workload and trying to get to know my body, how to handle it for 162 games, because in COVID we only played a quarter of that, so it was a little challenging, but obviously had a good off season. They gave me another great opportunity to come in and be the starting guy this year, and just taking every advantage or opportunity I get and trying to make the most of it.
Your numbers obviously this year are way up. What's clicking? Like, what do you kind of credit that success or surge to?
I think just trusting myself. Had a good off season. Strength-wise, I feel great, and had a good off season with the hitting coaches, just fine-tuning my swing and getting to it where it needs to be. And when I can step in that box and only think about competing, that's when I'm going to be at my best. I don't have to think about what my hands are doing, what my feet are doing, what pitches to swing at. I just got to get in the box and compete and try to put together a good at-bat, and good things are going to happen.
Is there anything that like you've done differently throughout your process or your preparation that has made you a better hitter, or is it kind of like golf where just the more overthinking, the worse you play, and if it just becomes instinct, then you play better?
Yeah, I think for me, my biggest issue, especially coming up in the minors, was just overthinking everything. I'd have a bad at bat and I'd overthink it for the next 3 days, and that would spiral into 10, 12 at bats. And for me this year, I have a bad at bat. I just put it behind me, say whatever, move on to the next one, because the next one's the one that matters. We can't change the past. What's in front of us is what's present. So we got to take that into what we need it to be. And for me, it was just trusting myself in each and every at bat, and especially even if it's a good at bat, you still got to put that one behind you and move on to the next one.
10 years ago, you were a teenager in Buffalo, and now you started in an all-star game in the MLB. Is that something you ever dreamed about when you were a boy growing up in the 716?
Yeah, obviously it was watching it on TV, watching the home run derbies, just thinking how cool it would be just to be on the field watching it with those guys. And obviously I got a chance to do it with my son, which was even more special, and I got to start in the game, which was incredible. So I can't thank the fans enough for voting me in, and it was a truly humbling and awesome experience.
There was a lot of you fielded a lot of questions there by the media in Seattle, but now that the game's over, has any of that experience been able to sink in, and just, I mean, the magnitude or the coolness of it at all?
Yeah, just being able to look back on it.
And you threw somebody out, so that's like,
yeah.
Perfect. You got a little highlight too.
Did something cool. That's all we had to do was go, show up, and do something cool. So looking back on it, it was a truly incredible experience, and I'm so glad I got to experience that with my wife and my kids. And I think my wife had more fun on the red carpet than I did, so I'm glad she got to be excited about that. And obviously it's something to look forward to and try to work for every year, just to get to that game and experience that again.
You got to do it with half your team, it seems like, too. Was that kind of neat?
Yeah, I think that takes some of the edge off when you're looking out and you got Evaldi throwing you, and you got 3 out of 4 infielders are staring at you, and you got Adolis in right field making all kinds of diving plays.
So you guys just busting on Nate because he was the one guy missing?
No,
poor guy.
He put up some good numbers. Obviously, we can't have 9 guys in the All-Star game. I don't think MLB would let us. So he had a great year, and he's having a great year.
Yeah.
So
well, he's come out ripping since.
Yeah, I think if you gave him the 2 days off or the 4 days off to have his start he has had in the second half, I think he'd take the 4 days.
Does this team have what it takes to win a World Series this year?
I think so. I think that was our goal in spring training, and I think we've done a good job to put us in a good situation to achieve that goal. Obviously, there's a lot of baseball to be played, and you got the Astros that we gotta take care of in a couple weeks, and but I think we're in a good spot. We've given ourselves a really good chance. Our pitching has been really good. Our bullpen has done their job, and obviously our offense speaks for itself. So I think if we just continue to play good fundamental team Texas Rangers baseball, we're going to be just fine.
Last question for you. What does Jonah Heim do in his off time besides being husband and dad? What's your escape?
Movies and video games. If there's a new movie out, I'm going to go watch it. I'm going to sit down and watch it.
What's the last good one you've seen? What do you recommend?
Ooh. Trying to think the last movie I went and saw.
So you go theaters, or you do the streaming?
Yeah, going to a theater is probably one of my top favorite things.
Okay, so do you go to movies by yourself?
If I need to. If I'm on the road and I'm bored and we got an off day, I'm going by myself, absolutely.
Okay.
Me and my wife saw, obviously it's not new, but Top Gun Maverick last year was probably
It's a great experience.
Especially in theaters, it was unreal.
I just wanted to make sure that it's not weird to go see a movie by yourself.
No, it's the same thing as sitting on the couch and watching a movie by yourself.
There's this connotation that
you just got to pay for it.
That's a weird isolation thing. No, I totally agree. Okay. Well, this has been the first Jonah to Jonah interview. Hope we do it again sometime, man. Appreciate
Absolutely.
it.
Thank you.